Good afternoon guys, my name is David and you're watching the VivaLaAutomotive channel. I hope you're all doing well in these bad corona times, and I hope that you'll enjoy watching this new video about Maserati. Maserati is a car brand founded by brothers Alfieri, Bindo, Carlo and Ernesto in 1914 in Modena, Italy. The brand has got a great racing history and has produced some of the most beautiful cars of their era. To list just a few of the brand's most notable racing victories, it has won the Indianapolis 500 in 1939 and 1940. It has won the infamous Targa Florio from 1937 all the way to 1940, so 4 times in total. And it has taken home the Formula 1 championship in 1954 and 1957 with Juan Manuel Fangio and Sterling Moss behind the wheel. Now that's quite an impressive CV, if you ask me. It's certainly better than mine. But Maserati has also designed and produced some of the most beautiful cars ever made. Just look at this 1957 450S Racer with its curvy lines, huge trident on the front, and the hump on the bonnet to provide cooling for its 4.2-liter V8. Or this 1970 Maserati Ghibli with its long, elegant bonnet, sleek pop-up headlights, and rear rivaling the beauty of the Lamborghini Miura from the same era. Lastly, this 2004 Maserati MC12 with its legendary roof scoop, huge rear spoiler, and side air intakes. Oh, I love this car. So why is the MC12, a car produced more than 15 years ago, the last Maserati that truly excites me as a car enthusiast? Why are Maserati's global car sales falling faster than Elon Musk's SpaceX rockets? And why no one wants a new Maserati? I think Maserati's downfall comes down to 4 reasons which are all related to each other. First of all, Maserati's lineup has become obsolete, as most of its models have been in production for a very long time. And when I say very long time, I mean very long time. The Maserati Ghibli has been in the production without any bigger changes since 2013, same as the Quattroporte. The Maserati Levante has been in production since 2016, which isn't all that long, but the Maserati Gran Turismo, even though it is still good looking, has been in the production for 13 years. In the automotive industry, this is eternity. Just for comparison, the Ferrari California has started production a year later than the Gran Turismo, has had a redesign in 2013 with the California T, and was replaced by the Portofino in 2017. The age of some of these cars is clearly visible on the infotainment and electronics in the car. Or perhaps it's better to say the lack of electronics in the car. Up until 2018, Maserati didn't provide some of its models with a touchscreen and a backup camera. You had to enter the car pressing a button on the key, and you couldn't start the car without putting the key inside the ignition, which is something I would expect from a 1990s Toyota and not necessarily a 2018 $150,000 luxury car. But this is not everything. The climate control settings consisted of an array of plastic buttons, but at least you had a CD player in case you wanted to play CDs from 20 years ago. No, seriously, who in 2017 would listen to CDs? Maybe apart from people above the age of 65. I am genuinely surprised that Maserati's cars came with the electric switches for the windows and you didn't have to roll the windows down using the roll handle. The truth is that if you're in the market for a $150,000 luxury car, you'd want the latest and greatest from the technology and design, and not a car that has been on the market for the past 10 years and doesn't even come with a backup camera. But that's still not everything. Reason number 2 is that Maseratis in general have extremely high maintenance costs and are quite unreliable in the long term. So you need to pay big bucks just in order to keep the car running, and as it turns out, most people are not really into that kind of stuff. Surprise, surprise. The extremely high maintenance costs shouldn't come as a surprise, given that Maserati has been using Ferrari-built engines since 2002. But the fact that they have been rated as some of the least reliable cars online should stop potential buyers from sealing the Maserati deal. Just from a few videos that I've seen online, I can name a handful of common problems. Some of the cars have electrical issues, climate control problems, clutch and transmission problems. Recalls and quality check problems are also not uncommon, and all of this is just not stuff you would expect from a high-end luxury Italian brand. Speaking of videos, nowadays customer is the king, and thanks to the internet you can find infinite amount of information about your future car of choice. And just after typing in the YouTube search bar Maserati and problem, these are some of the results that came up. Maserati common problems, finding more problems with my Maserati Gran Turismo MC, Maserati maintenance nightmare, my Maserati broke, would I buy another Maserati Ghibli? No. And best of all, why buying a Maserati was my biggest mistake. And a guy smashing a Maserati Ghibli with a shovel in the thumbnail. Not even the god of all car reviews, the man, the myth, the legend, Doug DeMuro is happy with Maserati. Here's why the Maserati Ghibli is a terrible way to spend $85,000. Here's why the Maserati Levante just isn't worth $80,000. The original Maserati Ghibli proves that Maserati was once great. And all of these videos are seen by millions of people and potential Maserati buyers. In today's day and age, it is just not enough to invite a select few car journalists into a 5-star hotel in Sardinia and give them your car to drive in order to get good reviews. In most cases, the cars just genuinely have to be better than their competition in one way or another in order for the customers to buy them. And Maserati clearly isn't that. Let's have a closer look at some of the Maserati Ghibli's rivals. The base Audi A6S and BMW 5 Series starting price is $20,000 cheaper than the $75,000 Ghibli. But let's compare something in the similar price range. The BMW M550i, which is a price of $75,000, has a bit worse fuel economy but has a larger trunk and 110 more horsepower over the Ghibli. The Mercedes AMG E53 4MATIC Coupe, which starts at $74,000, has a worse fuel economy but has 15 more horsepower and better CO2 emission ratings. And that's without even mentioning the higher quality interior, electronics and less reliability issues which all three of the German competitors have. One last thing I cannot forget to mention is Maserati's astronomical depreciation. The 2020 Maserati Ghibli has a starting price of $75,000, but if you search online, you can find examples of the 2016 Ghibli with just over 15,000 miles for just under $30,000. And if you'd like to find an even cheaper Maserati with more miles, which I would personally not recommend given the reliability issues, you could find a Maserati with 85,000 miles from 2014 for just under $17,000. So in 6 years, this car has lost 78% of its value, and that's without even counting any additional extras that it may have had when new. So there you have it. This video could have been 30 seconds long, but as always I somehow managed to make it longer. Anyhow, the main reasons for Maserati's current demise are old obsolete lineup, poor reliability and high maintenance costs, astronomical depreciation and better alternatives on the market. The question for the future is, can Maserati somehow reverse its fortune and get back to the automotive limelight where it once was? The brand plans to debut 10 new vehicles in the next 3 years, among which should be the successor to the Gran Turismo, a redesign for the Maserati Ghibli as well as Quattroporte, and a new, smaller SUV. The new Maserati MC20 should also hopefully raise the interest in the brand among the sports car enthusiasts and steer the brand back to its racing roots. But only time will tell how successful the strategy is really going to be. This was everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't hesitate and give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my YouTube channel. This video has been solely based upon my opinions, but I would love to know what you think. Why do you think Maserati has been struggling for the past few years? Leave your opinion in the comments below, and hopefully, see you next time.